listening? Are they listening?
Throw them
to
off.
it?
Throw them off.
Yeah,
Littleton.
Right? No,
Ken Carroll's kicking this.
Well, what a lot of people
flags.
may not be aware of is what's going on in the Swansea neighborhood. And Swansea is one of the oldest neighborhoods in Denver, and right now the highway going through it, they had to eminent domain a lot of the housing there. And so it's completely changed that from being a community where a lot of people own their homes and live there most of their life to now being fully developed. And we'll see that change rather quickly. I think that everything is going to follow suit for the most part as it has, and it's just spilled out from the inner city, and it's, moving out. This is what's known as the white flight, if you've ever heard of that.
I have. I've heard that.
This is,
I feel like gentrification is because white flight makes it sound like suburbs, where this seems like they're trying to urbanize areas and then, I won't say infiltrate with white people, but it seems like white flight is running from something where this is actually like the growing of something.
Well, it's coming back because everybody in the 50s went to the suburbs, and then now all the suburbs, that sort of life people want to be in the inner city. But the problem is that this is where people have lived their whole life, and now the inner city is becoming unaffordable. So now they're getting pushed way out, but without the proper means of transportation. And then you have the conversation with schools.
It's more gentrification than it would be considered white flight, wouldn't it?
Well, white flight is when they left the city for the suburbs.
And now they're like kind of.
But now they're coming back because definitely like cities weren't as cool as they were back then, and now you got.
We've had Steve Karowski join us, and he was talking about. He was like, "Man, Denver was desolate in the early '90s." He's like, after work, it wasn't like a party scene every night like it is.
It was rough.
He was like, he worked at Wynkoop with Hickenlooper, and then like he talked about before that, he was like, Union Station wasn't like some cool place people go to. It was just a train stop.
There was a couple of clubs in Union Station for a while. There was. But there's old clubs that are all gone from all over. There was Rock Island. That was a legendary place. That's gone. That wasn't Union Station.
Are you talking like 90s?
Yeah, I am talking 90s.
I wasn't sure. I don't know what year they all may have phased out, so I wasn't sure. All right, so we won't repeat the name. You have to rewind if you want to know what we fear maybe the next neighborhood to face the same fate. Here's a question that'll be a little bit more casual. Do you like your chicken boneless or bone-in? And that is from Illustrate. Oh, God. We'll just leave it right there. I don't know what the end of the name is, but it doesn't sound so. Illustrate me? I don't know. I don't know if I just said something stupid. Do you think chicken? Do you prefer?
So I would say that I normally eat chicken in the form of chicken tacos, and it's shredded chicken.
Okay.
So
where do you get your if you're not making them at home? Where do you get your chicken tacos from?
La Taqueria Mexicana on 32nd and Fife is amazing. Carboncitos for chicken tacos as well on Sheridan and 6th is really good too.
Okay.
Tacos Jalisco on 38th is also really good. I'd recommend that. Late night, if you want, at like 2, 3 in the morning, you can go to Tacos Vilos on Federal. Or you could always hit the taco trucks.
Dude, I feel like Federal has the best tacos for sure in Denver. And I'll fight anyone that says East Colfax. I know you're an East Colfax guy, but
East Colfax Taco Mex is amazing.
The place by Tacos y Pupusas?
Yeah.
Across the street? Isn't that right?
So, I don't know. Tacos y Pupusas is pretty good, but I go there for pupusas.
Is it salsa
if they're serving pupusas, it's probably Salvadorian food too. So it'll be a little different.
But I haven't been to the Taco Max. Are you?
And you know what? I'm coming off a 8-year run of being a vegetarian.
Whoa!
Back in the mix, eating tacos.
What brought you back?
It's amazing.
What brought you back to the light side, I guess, the dark
Good
side?
Good thing you didn't bring that up first.
we would never have gotten into art if you told us you were just vegetarian.
Because I wasn't as healthy as I should be being a vegetarian. Unless you're willing to go, buy a bunch of organic fruit and fucking make good meals, and it's a lot of cooking involved, and restaurants, it's expensive, and I wasn't feeling healthy.
Dude, I will.
So I started eating meat again.
See, I swear to God, if I would love to be pescatarian or vegetarian, but it's so goddamn expensive. Like, if you wanted to cut out red meat and chicken, you'll have no sustenance. Like, you'll be just garbage.
I never felt better at the beginning when I was really on top of it. When I was making juices and all that, I never felt better in my life.
Did you just get apathetic?
I just started eating like bean and cheese burritos all the time after a while, and it was like not good for me at all.
What was the first non-veg meal we had?
Yeah, what brought you back?
Was it chicken tacos?
It was hot wings.
That was bone in. So it was actually that place both.
I never stopped craving hot wings.
Dude, you can't like that.
That was the one craving that never went away.
I was a pescatarian in like 2 years of college, and the one thing that
because he was huge.
Not in college. That was post grad. The one thing that got me was chicken fingers. Like that's what got me. Late night being drunk, and somebody had chicken fingers. And it's always like some kind of fried piece of chicken that brings you right back.
I love that. That was great. That whole conversation just went full circle around that person's question, so we do appreciate the questions from the gallery. But that does bring us right into our next segment. It's all levity from here, brother. We're going to start kind of picking your brain. Obviously, you're a lifelong Coloradan, so you kind of know the intricacies of all the dank spots. And so you want to start? Let's go happy hour date night, best $10?
Yeah.
All right, it's cool. What's your happy hour of go-to? I mean, by the way, we're up here almost like right here in smack dab Sheridan, Tennyson, Sunnyside area, Highlands. Where's your happy hour if you're after work, got off?
Oh, man. All right, so now times are different, right? So are we talking?
Yeah, we'll talk 90s, 2000s, and today. We'll make it like a commercial.
But like today, right now, or you want me to start with the 90s?
Like, we'll start with the 90s, and work your way up. Where was your spot in the 90s where you get 25-cent drinks? I don't know how much drinks were in the 90s. You're old as shit.
I'm not even 21 in the 90s. But where was I sneaking to go drink? Chapultepec, Herb's Hideout, the Sunshine Lounge, which is now the Larimer Lounge.
Do you think El Chapultepec will be able to stick around if COVID's second wave?
So there used to be two.
Are great, man. That was my favorite place to go on because that's all like Chads and Brads right there in front of Coors Field.
And then you had that little moment on the corner.
I know, it's fucking awesome.
There used to be two. There was one not far from here, and it closed. So I heard conversation that they were talking about closing it. I hope not. I hope not. You know, there's certain just iconic places that once they go, they just can't be replaced.
On a Friday night, I mean, Cash Bar, just sitting over there, bands walking through. You can do just about whatever the fuck you want there.
I've been in there when
great.
There was like one of the guys from the Ohio Players in there. I've been in there like nights where there was like some real musicians, you know. I love that place.
That was a great
So, okay, back in the day, speed it up. I don't know. You know, currently, I would go to everything's closed around here.
All right,
even Shag. Shag Lounge was my spot.
Where's Shag Lounge?
15th and Stout.
Oh yeah, okay, right next to
Leela's, which is also closed now too.
Yeah.
So they've both closed.
COVID or forever?
Yeah, I think forever. Damn. But I hope Shag opens back up.
To give you a reference, it's like right there by Tarantula. It's like,
I know you're
it's
talking
on the left-hand side.
Yeah, where
Tarantula's
Ignite
right.
Burgers is or whatever the fuck that is.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if I'm ever in just like a Denver mood, I'll go to Colfax. I'll go to any bar in Colfax.
Okay. I mean, that's you and Chris
Colfax
are really gonna be,
strong.
Yeah,
love it.
He's
the Lair, Lions Lair, the Squire, any of those. Pete's Special Lounge.
Dude, I eat that Pete's Diner right there at Race Street.
Have you ever been to the PS Lounge?
Yeah, the one where they give you the rose.
Yeah, and a shot of
so dope.
What I believe is like Tang and Southern Comfort or something.
Yeah, it is horrible.
So I don't know. Now that you remember they built that building, I used to live at 14th and Monroe, right next to that liquor store.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you what the name is, but the liquor store shares a wall with the bar on the other side.
Oh, Lost Lake.
Yeah.
That place is a sleeper.
I mean,
I don't know. You don't know if it's open because it's just got that black door and like all the windows are like you can't see in it. You just never know. It's right across from like Sprouts and Chick-fil-A.
10 years ago, my studio was on 35th and Brighton Boulevard, the one I mentioned earlier. And literally to get to my studio, you had to go into a bar called the Filling Station. The filling station had been there since the 60s. And you had to go behind the bar and then through a door, and that's how you got to my studio.
Your studio's in a speakeasy, pretty much.
It was definitely a speakeasy. I can say this now because it's gone. That bar opened when it wanted to, and it closed when it wanted to. Straight up. The building's gone. Miss Linda, you know what is a sad Denver story, though? Miss Linda became my friend. She's from East Denver. She was the old lady that ran the place. They came in. Larry Burgess, who is a well-known developer, was the one that owned it. He came in, gave her the notice after being there for years, and said, "Hey, that's it." But we always knew it was the days were numbered.
It was inevitable.
You could see the development. They never cared about the street lights, the roads, but then they built that bridge, and we knew when that bridge came that everything else, was going to get developed.
That footbridges you're talking about?
Yeah, that comes from the other side of the tracks.
Bigsby.
Yep.
And that's where our buddies at Knoll House, Seth Beckton, he's a photographer, that crew over there.
Filling station had a jukebox that was never changed. It was all the records that were put in there originally. The bar itself, because it used to be next to Denver Drivetrain, Denver Spring, all this old junkyards, the bar itself was nothing but emblems, car emblems. And it was a speakeasy that people knew about that were hip, cool. You would see women in there dressed up, but you also seen the RTD bus driver, the mechanic from across the street, the mailman. Everybody was in there, and that was by far one of my favorite bars ever. And anyone that got to experience the filling station would probably say the same thing.
Damn, that feels like Cheers.
Oh man, for sure.
That came to my mind.
Is that what came to your mind?
Yeah,
when you said mailman, I was
Norm.
like, fucking Norm.
Yeah.
I love it. That's. I mean, obviously we missed that era.
His name was Grover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. That is so neighborhoodly because that's like Sesame Street too.
Oh, yo, it was, man, you had to step over a little dog that would try to bite you just to get into the bar. It was great, man.
We all know one of those little dogs.
So, yeah, filling station.
I love it. That was I like that little trip down there. That was a good tangent. All right, Chris, that was happy hour specials. You want to go? He mentioned he had an old lady. You want to ask him a question about an old lady?
Date night. Where's the last place y'all checked out on a date?
Oh man, where's the last place I went on a date? To 38th Plaza, the new bar that is right on 38th and I'm not sure, just between Federal and Tennyson, and it's a bar owned by a man named Gene Lucero, who's a well-known guy from the community. He's always been everybody's tax man. And now he built that whole. Does
that worry you that your tax man just built a whole big building and opened a restaurant in the middle of a pandemic?
Well, it's been
playing y'all like a fiddle.
It's been open for a while. It's been open before, but it's fairly new.
I'm gonna have to look it up.
So they have live music like 3 times a week, and that's the only place I've seen live music in a while since everything.
Say that name again one more time so I can write it down.
38th Plaza.
38th Plaza, the station. All right, I like it.
Oh yeah, man, it's a lot of jazz and Latin music. It's great.
No, that was great because I don't think it's been hard. Obviously, the only chance you can get live music is like this small, intimate setting. So sounds like I got a little date night spot on board. All right, so we've done. That was a good one. I like that because
cheap eats.
Cheap eats. All right, so we give you $10. I feel like you're going to really knock this out of the park from somebody.
Yeah.
Tell me, what are you going to buy for $10?
Yeah.
Gas doesn't count.
It's also known as the rent week question.
Yeah.
Like we jacked your rent up like 30%. So now you're really fucked.
Yeah.
And all you got is $10. And see what I did there?
Yeah.
Where are you going? Where's your $10 taking you?
My rent was literally $400 when I moved to Colorado.
I have to spend it at like a place. I can't just go to the grocery store.
No.
That's the boring answer.
I mean, tacos and cheese won't work
we've
here.
Had
like
people say Taco Bell, and we're like, this conversation has been a dud all day, so we won't.
Yeah.
But you've been good, so you have to bring some heat or answer.
I know. I'm also trying to be honest too. What the fuck do I do with my last $10, dude? You know what I mean?
It's not the last 10.
Well, you just need a meal. Yeah.
I just need a good
You're
meal.
hungry and you're like, shit, rent's
and you
coming
have
out.
to go out and you only have $10.
God damn. Okay, shit. I'd probably go to Chubby's.
Oh yeah, the one on
I'll
38.
just I might go to Chubby's if I had $10 because
That
I know
Mexican
that I'm gonna be
burger
full.
hits.
I know if I get the Mexican hamburger, it's gonna fill me
It
up.
is so
Hold on,
fucking
hold on.
good.
I don't know about this.
It
You
is-
don't know about Chubby's?
Dude, yeah, so we used to hit it all the time. I'll let you explain it, but it's fucking huge.
The
burger.
original Chubby's. I
Yeah,
have to say
no,
that
I have
too.
no fucking
Okay, so
idea.
Chubby's is such a thing in Denver that there's also Chubby Bubbachinos, and then there's like Al Chubby's, and there's all these knockoffs because there's like bootleg Chubby's. But the real one is on 38th and La Pan. And it's
Like,
not,
right,
it's
they-
not
it
the
used to
healthiest
just
of
be-
food, but
it
if
used
you
to be
want...
a walk-in like red building, like you just
Yeah.
walk into the right and you pick shit up and you get out there and go eat on your couch. Really?
No, I haven't been there.
Have
so
you ever...
road trips in?
You need to go and get a handheld smothered Mexican hamburger.
It's so good. It is unreal.
Are we? Is it?
It's like you're a